It's what's that zombie one where the boobs dodges the bullets?
I
High
actually
School
really
of the
like
Oh
Dead.
that.
School of the
no!
Dead.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. That's not classic either. I'm talking about like classic.
Like
You're
old as
such a
Gundam.
bum, Dark.
It's pretty
Why
fucking
do we
dope.
invite Dark to this podcast? Can we just kick him out? Are you guys
Yeah.
down? If
I'm
you're
in
down,
favor.
say aye.
I
Aye.
Yeah, but
Aye.
bullshit is this? I'm the only
Navi,
one
say
here with
aye.
appreciation of the classics. Fuck out of here.
Dark, say aye.
I'm saying hi to myself. What the fuck?
Well, welcome to A Slice of Anime, everyone. This is how we start the podcast usually.
Yeah, by bullying me, what the fuck is this?
No, we
By
usually
showing that
bully
Dark's a bum.
Wolf, though.
No,
What
you're
did you
bullying.
do?
I'm trying to get you to watch Code Geass for fucking months.
My God, I'm not gonna watch it now. Bum.
That's Max.
You wasn't gonna watch it regardless.
No, I was gonna watch it, and
No,
then
you
Bench
wasn't.
started watching us. No. I was actually going to watch it. I was really close, and then Bench kept saying it was peak, so I stopped wanting to watch it.
Exactly why he won't watch Bunny Girl Senpai either.
Bunny Girl
True,
Senpai is
yes.
incredible.
You will like Bunny Girl Senpai though.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, too that. Nope. Too many people say it's good. Not interested anymore.
it's bad.
Well, anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Amazon Music, and Audible. Be sure to check out the main show, A Slice of Gaming, every Saturday morning, as well as our various other videos that we put out. Like, we just recently put out a review of the Batman Arkham series. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check that out. And
YouTube,
yeah.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
I
Pocket
just said
Cast,
it!
Amazon Music, and Audible. Wait, what? Did you say it?
Yeah, you
Yes!
did. Bum ass.
This is the first thing I said.
Oh, you get to
Maybe-
no Dark.
maybe-
Bum ass
maybe
is
we
my
should get-
word.
Maybe we should get fucking Wolf out of here. Bro's not paying attention.
I've never paid it.
I'm talking about anime.
Listen,
Yeah, let's talk about anime.
Bench is last.
I probably have the most to talk about, so because I wasn't
Yeah,
here
so
last
it's
time.
probably best if you go last. Then.
So I think it's best if anyone watching skips this episode. This will mostly be a bench-centered episode.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I only have
Dark,
like
what are you watching?
one thing to talk about.
All right, so I've been for the past 3 months. I've been going through all the Ghibli films. So I watched two more this time, catching up, and I watched Castle in the Sky,
Let's
That's
fucking
everyone.
and I
go.
watched Kiki's Delivery Service. Castle in the Sky had really.
It's very
I like-
good.
It's good, but I think it's overhyped.
Oh no, we're not. Are we getting into a heated debate now? Are we? It's in my top 3 movies of all time.
How many movies have you watched?
Like 10. But I guess
I mean, that would explain it.
I mean I also watched Castle in the Sky in December along with 2 other Ghibli movies, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, Castle in the Sky is great. As a JRPG fan, you can kind of see how a ton of stuff was just inspired by Castle in the Sky, and the music is just incredible. The plot is very basic, but it's a very just you resonate with the characters. It's all fun, like the bandit people, the main like duo, the bad is pretty just unlikable. I mean, it was just I had a smile when watching it.
It was a really bland. The main villain
No,
of this
it was
movie
not.
was bland as fuck. I was like, what is so generic?
And then
The
just like
scenery is always nice, but that's about the most of the
you
complaints. I
didn't
just
like the
have to-
grandma like Sky Pirate?
Not really.
You can't. This guy doesn't like anything.
I did. No,
Hey,
no, that's not true.
I'll drink to that.
That's not true because I really did enjoy Kiki's Delivery Service. It was a coming of age story of a witch, and it sounds really simple and bare bones. And it just works. I don't know how it works, it just does.
That's the next
Kiki's
on my.
Delivery Service was incredible.
That's the next on my Ghibli movie list.
I want to see Princess Mononoke. That's
That's amazing.
I hear that's good, but yeah,
Yeah, they were
don't
that'd
listen
be
to
good.
Dark. Don't listen to Dark's opinion on Castle in the Sky. It's a 10 out of 10 banger movie. Everyone, it's a must watch.
Yeah, I say give it a chance, but I don't think it's like the best movie you've ever watched.
I mean, obviously you'd be mistaken then.
And
Navi,
then,
do you want to make fun of Dark for saying that before we move on?
No. He has his own right to his opinion.
then
Dude, I
said,
wish
one-
we
the
need you to
best-
do that more often.
No, you just
The
called me a
best
bum
one
ass,
is
that's
Princess
true.
Mononoke.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm
What do you
gonna get
think
to it.
of Castle in the Sky, Navi?
I haven't watched it in like years, but I remember I loved it. That's why I can't speak much about it. It's been what 12, 11 years since I watched it.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with
Mhm.
me and Kiki's Delivery Service. Like, I saw it super long time ago. I kind of remember some things, and I remember liking it when it came out. But I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, like Castle in
Wait,
the
so
Sky
what?
just felt like a very just like old JRPG. That just those vibes that you get, and it was just, oh, it's so good.
so am I the only one who hasn't watched a Ghibli movie in here?
You
I
might be.
mean, well, I guess I did see Boy and the Heron, so I guess I technically count that.
Oh,
Technically,
Wait, you said you watched Castle in the Sky, so that means you watched
I
it
mean,
before.
if we wanna talk about overhyped Ghibli movies, My Neighbor Totoro's overhyped as shit.
I haven't watched
That's for kids though.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
definitely not the target audience, but I got nothing from that movie.
it's
People
a great
don't.
movie for kids.
Yeah.
That's mostly it.
Have you
I feel like all of
seen
these movies are great for kids, to be honest.
Have you seen Valley of the Wind, Navi?
Valley of the Wind. No, I don't think I
Yeah.
have.
That's like, I think that's kind of, it was before Ghibli was Ghibli.
Oh,
But that movie was also just incredible. Like the theme, it was been about 6 weeks since I watched it, but like the themes of, oh, it was so good.
I watched this during Cartoon Network days in 2005, but I don't remember anything about it.
It was pretty much, there's lots of bugs in the movie. I mean, both of Castle in the Sky and Valley of the Wind are very like anti-war kind of stuff. That's kind of a message that's getting across in Valley of the Wind is kind of climate change stuff. So I mean, even like looking back on it, it's stuff that's still relevant today.
Wait, have you watched what's it called? Give me a second. Yeah, you go on.
I also watched Suzume, and that was a pretty good time.
I was still going, but okay.
Have you watched Spirited Away?
I have.
No.
That's the one y'all should watch.
Well,
That's great.
I'm
It's
going
the
through the.
that was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, I'm going through the Miyazaki movies in like release order, so that's what I've been working through off and on.
So then I started reading some manga because that's just my preferred way of going through things now because I can
God, you're
faster.
such an
blast through it.
elitist.
It's
That's
faster.
how I'm not an elite. I'm not saying
Bro.
anime is bad. I'm saying this is my preferred way. Okay, I'm not hating on anime watchers, and I watch anime too every now and then. But I started up Hunter x Hunter because it was recommended to me, and I liked it. It's very. I'm not that far in, but it's very. You can see it has a lot of charm to it, and I'm intrigued at where the plot's going. I like the art style too. It's pretty interesting. But then I was like, there's been one series that I keep hearing about that's a classic that I've never gotten into before. I wanted to see what it's about. So I finally picked up Sailor Moon. I see what the
Hey, you
hype's
know what?
about.
Based.
I
I
see what the
respect it.
hype's
I
about.
respect that. I respect it.
I was ready to make fun of you. That's based.
You know
You know,
that's his wife. Hunter's X Takashi's wife.
yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
their
no
husband
way.
and wife.
That's incredible. But so there's only 60 chapters of the original one. But these are girthy.
You're not
ass
even
chapters.
watching the anime? Come on.
The fuck out of here.
He's been saying
More
he
for
was
source
reading
material.
manga. Open your ears for once, dog.
No, but if you're like hesitant on this like series, just go for it. It is really good. There's a reason why it's as hyped that it is. The chapters are
It's
really
one of
long.
it's one of the most
But
iconic shoujo manga. So like it has a legacy to it.
I wanted to see what it was about for so long, and I'm glad I'm getting into it now. This could be, if it continues at the rate it's going, it can be one of my favorite series.
It's
I don't know
it's
if it falls
definitely
off or
Is the
not.
manga release of Sailor Moon like as convoluted as the anime? Because I know anime has like different continuities and different series and whatnot. Is
I
the
would
manga like
assume
that
it
as
is.
well?
I'm not super far in the manga, because like I just started up recently, but I think it is like the same way.
Like different like series continuities, timelines, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
So right now I'm on the basic original one. That's what I've been going through.
it's got one of the best anime openings. That classic Sailor Moon opening. At least they I think it was the English one. I think they have different ones. That shit goes so fucking hard.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to go through that when I finish reading it. But yeah, this is, if you hesitate on this or just want to see what it's about, I say go for it. It's great.
Wait,
I
Dirk,
haven't
have
got
you
this
not
engrossed
listened?
to it. I've listened to it.
Have you not? Okay, okay, good.
Yeah,
I
I've heard
haven't.
of it before. Like you probably have seen it before. It's all over the fucking
Everyone's saying it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't.
If you watch the
Yeah. No
montage
one
of
cares.
OPs, you probably
It's
seen it.
But yeah, that's pretty much everything I've been up to as of late. How about you guys?
Wait. Did you ever finish Tsukihime?
Okay, so for Tsukihime, if we talk about that. So I got like 3/4 of the way through the main route, and then I got curious. But Tsukihime, I was going to the Tsukihime remake, and there's a subtitle that says "A piece of the full book glass moon." And I was curious of what that meant because the original Tsukihime doesn't have that subtitle. Yeah, it turns out 3/4 of the visual novel is missing, so I dropped it.
Did they really pull an FF7 remake?
3/4 of it. So they said that the other routes will come, and I think it's called like a full glass, like the fully complete moon or some shit, or the other piece of the glass moon. When that comes out, I'll get back to it. In terms of Tsukihime, it's really good. It's really weird and graphic. I don't know. This just feels like the fake guy was just kind of like pulling shit out his ass, and it somehow worked. But yeah, if you want to give it a chance, I say go for it. Read the original.
I
Bit
I
of
mean,
Fate.
isn't Fate just like him pulling stuff out of his
No,
ass? Like I
so the
love
thing,
Fate, but let's be honest.
no, this is more like I don't know how to say this without really getting too crazy into spoilers. The main character is unhinged. He's like he's a very demented motherfucker. So a lot of random and crazy shit will just happen randomly. And then there's also zombies, vampires, and a bunch of other shit that he just pulled out of his ass. Like at least Fate, it was somewhat contained. This is just he was doing shit and it somehow worked.
It's a very supernatural story that you're saying.
Yeah. Very supernatural, very graphic.
Okay.
It might not be for everybody because the main character is something else.
Is he built different? Is he a unit?
No, it's not that. He is powerful, but that's not what I'm talking about. If you've gone through it or know anything about like the main character, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He is a weird motherfucker. But yeah, that's about it.
Navi, what about you? What have you been watching, my man?
Started slowing down on anime, so I've been watching like 2 or 3 episodes a day now. Um, so I've been watching Monster. Well, I just finished Monster. It's a classic anime that
That's what
came
I
out
need
in
to get to.
2002, something like that. Um, it follows a doctor who saves this kid who um who disappears one night after recovery, and 10 years later the doctor finds out this guy is a monster, like metaphorically he's a monster. He's been killing a whole bunch of people, and then he was framed for one of the murders, so he goes on the run, and he goes searching for this guy and tries to end his life. And throughout this journey, you're seeing the story be told by different perspectives throughout the story. It's really good. It is the most adult orientated anime I have ever seen. Not because of the gore or anything, but just the way they told the story. Like if I watched this when I was 13, I would have been bored out of my mind. It is a slow burn, but it's an enjoyable one.
It's similar to like a prestige show, like a Breaking Bad or Better
It,
Call
it
Saul type vibe.
yeah, it's kind of like when you have one of those people who want to be above anyone. Oh, I see Monster. That it's that kind of show.
So it's an elitist show, but like not like in a bad way. I don't mean that
Yeah,
in a bad
yeah.
way because this is actually a show I want to check out. But like, it's
It's
definitely
really,
one of those like you use it as a trump card. It's like, yeah, I know more anime than you.
it's one of those shows that you can't binge. You have to watch like 2 or 3 episodes because the episodes are very heavy.
Yeah. No, it's like a 70 episodes, right? It's like a pretty long one.
75, 74.
Damn. I mean, that's one that's been on my list for a long, long time. I know the author is pretty renowned amongst manga authors. He has like multiple series, like 20th Century Boys. I know is one of them.
Yeah,
It's one. Go
his
ahead.
art is very unique.
Yeah, it's like
It
very realistic.
Yeah, it's very realistic. It doesn't even look Japanese. You could mistake this show for American.
Hmm. No, that's definitely one that's like been on my list for a while. But like you said, it's very heavy. So
Yeah, I think I remember hearing about this. I'm like, oh, I should check that out. I completely forgot about it.
If you like, it's a big mystery because you're discovering who this guy is and why he acts this way, and then you're finding different puzzles throughout the journey. It's really good.
Yeah,
And then
that's my kind of shit.
once the mystery is put together, it feels very satisfying.
Yeah, when all the pieces start coming together, I love that. I love that shit in mystery, especially like whodunits.
And then I watched what's called Call of the Night, came out 2022.
I
You
remember
see,
this one.
I watched that. Yeah,
I love the vibe. If you're a night owl, you will love this anime because
Yeah.
it's all about uh this guy who goes out at night and tries to find I guess a meaning to life, kind of, because he's bored of life. So he goes out at night and he meets this vampire, and he thinks that he can find the meaning of life by becoming a vampire. But the only way to become a vampire is to fall in love with the vampire so she can turn you.
Is he's in it? So I've heard a lot of things. Isn't it a fan service heavy show? I forget.
No, it
no.
has some fan service, but I wouldn't claim it as etchy.
Interesting.
I don't even think. I don't. Granted, it was only the first season. Maybe it got a little bit later on, but I don't
Just
remember any
no,
kind of fan service in the first season.
just the main character. She has a skimpy dress
Yeah, she has a
outfit.
skimpy outfit, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, this series.
It-
I remember a lot of people talking about it.
It's
The-
all
the
right.
art-
I was kind of bored with it.
The art's amazing in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I will
I
say
really like the art.
yeah, the art is in it. Like all the nighttime shots are absolutely amazing. Like if I had to give that show something, it's definitely the art.
Yeah, is it mainly like a vibes show, or is there like an actual plot that you?
Oh no,
were
there's an
invested
actual
in?
plot. There's an actual
Okay.
plot. There's actually story progression,
Yeah, I just wasn't a
relationship
fan of it.
progression.
Maybe it got better in the manga. Guys, I just saw a posting right now that I guess the manga just ended like the other day.
Did it? Let me see. Because I'm buying a few volumes right now.
I think it just ended. Like the final chapter just got posted like sometime this week.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna need to catch up on that then.
Now you know what you're gonna do tonight.
No, I'm reading light novels tonight.
He's deep in the light
Oh my
novel hole.
God.
You want to talk about that? Your journey through night novels.
No, I've been I just been reading one series called Skeleton Knight. It's
Oh,
just a
Skeleton Knight.
That is a fun show. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Is the light novel good?
yeah. I just finished the first arc and then I'm waiting for the next volume to come out.
Yeah, I've
It's a basic isekai, but it is a fun isekai.
He has a lot of
That's
fun
why I
with it.
enjoy it. Yeah.
It's definitely a fun show. I remember when it came out, everyone was like, "This is just an Overlord ripoff." It's like Overlord didn't invent skeletons, guys.
Yeah.
This guy is really dedicated to going through all, like, he's like guys. He said he's gonna go through it.
I actually have read a bit of light novels, stuff like the Overlord one, and it's enjoyable. Like I can't deny, like I enjoy a good light novel.
Well, actually, if you Overlord should end this year. The last two volumes should come out.
That's what it should
But
be.
but if you don't like reading, they're almost done with the audiobooks for Overlord. They're like 5 volumes behind, but they're coming out each 3 months, I believe.
That's a weird thing. It's like I actually do enjoy reading. I can't do audiobooks.
Yeah,
Audiobooks
audiobooks is
just, like,
hard for me.
don't sound right. Because like the author, the people who like do the audiobooks, they don't read at a fast enough pace for me.
Oh yeah,
But like
I use it
I can
as
read.
when like I started to combine them, so I read when I'm at home, but when I'm in the car, I just put the chapter I'm on and I'm writing on.
Yeah, see, I would
that's
try to
actually
do that, but my problem with that is my drive is about exactly a half hour, and that's just enough time for me to like get into like okay, I'm listening, and then I pull into work, and I'm like, well, now I gotta stop, so I just don't even bother.
I got too many podcasts to like listen to where I can't really get through audiobooks in that time.
And then I would like listen to audiobooks at home, but the problem is I'm usually doing something that requires me to listen, like either watching a show or playing a game that has story or something. Now, right now I'm playing Power World. That would be great for me to have audiobooks, but I don't know how much longer I'll be playing this game, so I shouldn't get invested in an audiobook right now.
Well, maybe getting into an audiobook will help increase the playtime of the game. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
the
but at the
that's
same
happened to
time,
me.
I would rather play through like all the games that are coming out soon instead of just putting in 100 hours in Power World.
Come on, man. You know you want to. We gotta talk about Power World more so we can put it
Yeah.
on the thumbnail.
And then
On the anime
I,
podcast, we gotta talk about Power World. When's the Power World anime?
Wait, real quick, Navi. Before you transition out of light novels, unless you have
no,
like some more that
I'm
you want
still
to talk
going
about.
in.
Okay,
I'm still
so
going
with
into writing.
is there like a specific light novel? Like it, you say someone wants to get into light novels. What's the one you think you would recommend?
Uh, if you're into romance, Spice and Wolf, it's complete. You can
Oh,
find
that's
other
fire.
books very easily. They're cheap. That's the first one I'm collecting. So
Did
so let me. I'm starting to collect books now. So now that's a whole completely different journey because now some
those
might
things
be
are expensive.
overprinted, but then and then the other ones you have to pay like $300 for the whole collection for just 7 books. The one book might cost $150. So I've
Okay.
been trying to get into the right series, so I won't spend a whole bunch of money for that series that I'll enjoy reading. So the first one I'm going for is Spice and Wolf, and then the next one will be Tensei, because that
That's a good one.
the last volume comes out next, and actually it came out this week.
So that
I
series is just fully complete.
Yeah, and then what's it called Bookworm, Ascendance of the Bookworm. That's finished this month, I believe. So I'm
I mean,
gonna start collecting those three.
Wow, really? Ascendance has been going on for that long. Wow.
Yeah, they have 33 volumes.
Wow.
damn. Now
wait,
Spice
Navi.
and Wolf.
Oh,
Oh,
Navi.
sorry. Go ahead.
But Spice and
No,
Wolf
I'll
has
go take the topic.
22, I believe.
Oh wow.
Navi, are you a fan of SAO?
Uh, I I think it is mid, but I do watch it because I like these guys.
Okay, so
And
I
okay,
bring this
wait,
up.
I like Addistation. That's I like
That
the
was
first
good.
season
That's what
SAO, and
everyone
then I like
says.
Addistation.
Yeah, that
I bring this up because the SAO light novels are said to be better than everything else.
Yeah.
I
The
wanted to know if you want to get into that.
after volume 3, it's better. That's what I know. But the first 3 volumes, he's learning how to write because this is his first light novel. He's getting into the groove of things. I heard the first 3 volumes are really hard to get through, but after that, it starts picking up.
Yeah, if I thought of like getting into light novels, I would SAO is probably near the top of my list, especially if
But
I did the audiobook because the English voice actors did the audiobooks. I thought that was really cool.
yeah, they got 8 volumes, I believe. Eight. I was looking through audiobooks recently. I believe they got like 8. No, sorry, 13, something like that.
Yeah, it has a
They
lot.
Now, granted, they do also have. I was more thinking
It
of
came out
doing
in
the
like
progressive
17.
storyline, not the original.
So the thing, so I don't want to get into a light novel where it's going to take 10 years for me to finish because it's still not finished. SAO
That's
still
fair.
has like another 10 years. They still haven't gone
What?
through the last arc. And then people are saying they don't even know if this is the last arc because they might even add one more.
That's fair.
Of the original or for progressive?
Uh I believe for the original.
Okay. Wow, I didn't know the original was still ongoing.
Yeah, the original's still ongoing, I believe.
I'll have to look into that.
It's funny you mentioned Spice and Wolf earlier. That was like, how excited are you gonna check out the remake when that comes out?
Yeah, the remake's actually going to follow because the original anime took a lot of freedom. They didn't follow the source material.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that remake.
Yeah, I'm interested in the remake.
Definitely on the. But yeah, that's everything. Or did you have a few more
Yeah,
things you want to talk about? No.
that's all.
Awesome, Moon. What about
Who are you talking to?
Moon.
Oh,
I
you didn't
said
say anyone's.
Moon.
No, you just said how
I
about
said
you.
Moon.
He
You just
said
said how
Moon.
about you. Oh, I didn't
I
hear
said
the Moon
I
part.
said Moon. How about you? This is insane.
Oh.
The gaslighting is
Um,
crazy.
So I've been pretty light on anime consumption right now. What I actually did was I kind of fell back into the One Piece hole during the Power World playthroughs. That became like a great way to just kill a bunch of hours, is just grind in Power World and watch One Piece on the background. So I got through a good chunk of Punk Hazard. I'm in the final stretch of it now.
What are your thoughts on Punk Hazard?
It seems to be my opinion on every arc so far. It starts really strong, and I get really interested, and then I'm like, can we wrap this up, please?
Not another
listen,
Punk Hazard hater.
a-
That is
as
crazy.
a
Wait,
one
wait.
as a One Piece fanboy, the pacing
Mid.
is so fucking awful.
That's why you
In
read the
every
manga.
arc.
But
Yep.
Yeah,
but
I think
wait,
I'm convinced at this point that by the time I get to Wano, I'm probably gonna read the manga.
no, the
For the love
next
of
the
God.
No,
next
no,
the
you want to
next
do it before
arc's
the
gonna
next
make you
arc.
read the manga.
Yeah.
It's the next arc.
Zhao's the next one.
No.
No, Whole Cake.
No.
Wait,
I was
are we
looking
talking
forward to
about the
Whole
one
Cake.
after?
Dressrosa's next.
It's Dress
Yeah, that's what
You know
was
how
Yeah, for the
long
love of
Dressrosa is?
God, read the manga for Dressrosa. You are going
Okay.
to just like you will hate One Piece if you
You'll
do
think
it
us
through anime.
afterwards.
Egghead pacing though, that's pretty peak.
Yo, he's not
Yeah,
gonna
I
no
love
soon
that
if he
one.
watches the anime.
I love that arc.
There was one episode of Egghead so far, and he's saying this.
I did watch
I was
the-
talking in terms of the manga pacing.
Oh yeah, pacing wise from the manga, yeah, I'll give you that.
I did watch the first episode of the Egghead arc. That was fun.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I was bored, and
just
they put it on Netflix
skipped
now.
all the other arcs.
What? Suddenly Netflix is like the home of One Piece, so now they're uploading Egghead Island episodes. I put up the first one, I'm like, oh, let's watch it. Why not?
Which is so stupid because they just don't have all the arcs in between Egghead.
Yeah, they're
and,
only
like,
up
what,
to
like
like
Annie Slobby?
It's time skip cutoff and then Egghead.
yeah, that's really funny.
So they
that
have up
it's
to
like that.
Marineford. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I thought that was, but I don't know. And then watching that one episode of Egghead, I reminded me like one of the few things I really do like about One Piece is just its expansive world and all of its characters. I'm like, it's so cool that he's still bringing back all these characters so many arcs later, and they're still relevant in some way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one of the best parts of this show.
Honestly, the recent Egghead episode is probably my favorite so far when they got to the island proper, and that showed.
Yeah,
For
I
the
don't know if
first
I'm gonna
time.
watch Egghead alongside trying to catch up through Punk
I
Hazard.
wouldn't say that.
Catch up to the show
Yeah.
first.
But
Yeah.
it was like a nice watching that Egghead episode would just like reinvigorated my interest. I'm like, okay, I've got to get through Punk Hazard now, and that's basically what happened.
Man, poor Punk Hazard, man. I mean, I get it.
No, I mean,
Punk
the set,
Hazard, man. Everybody hates on Punk Hazard. This is crazy.
it's not.
Mid.
It's
I'm
not
not saying
bad.
it's bad.
It's
I'm just
not
saying
bad.
it's got a
It's
really
just,
good setup,
my
and I'm
God.
just like, can we move along, please? It's like
The second
Okay.
half of that arc is so slow.
it's just
I'll give
drawn
Punk
out.
Hazard. I'll give Punk Hazard this. It sets up the next like 5 or 6 arcs pretty well.
Yeah, I
That's
see
all it
that
does.
happening, and that's really cool.
Like, if you're saying that Punk Hazard is slow, Dressrosa is gonna kill you.
Yeah, you will
Dressrosa's
just,
better
just
Yeah.
switch. Yes,
But
it's better, but it's
Dressrosa
slower.
is a better arc, but
It
it
has
is
so many
so
good
long.
moments. It's
I
all
love
work.
Dressrosa. It's one of my favorite arcs, but that is 118 fucking episodes. Please, for the love
Motherfuck.
of God, switch to the manga at that point.
Yeah, maybe I
Put it in
will.
perspective, I went through all of One Piece, reading the manga in a week. Dressrosa took me almost 2 days.
Oh
It is
wow.
that long.
Because you were
I
like,
said
I can
almost.
do this.
I started
It's
in
the
the morning.
manga, by the way.
I started in the morning and I ended at like super late at night. I was like, this
Yeah,
is
it's a good
insane.
arc.
It's a great arc.
It's a good arc, but it's not 100
Mm.
chapters good. It's
Arc,
just way too long.
have you been reading the recent chapters of One Piece?
I read the first like 3 to 5 chapters of
Egghead?
of Egghead, and then I dropped it. I was like, I'm not in the mood.
Yeah,
This was
I've
right
been-
after I caught up, so you can cut me some slack. I'll get back to it eventually.
No, that's fair. I was week to week for a while, and then like around, I think like, what chapter did I stop at? Like 1094. I was like, I'm gonna drop it for a bit.
I mean, yeah,
just
the
let it, like,
flashback
catch up.
started, so
Oh god,
Yeah, I think-
flashbacks.
it's one of the best flashbacks of the series.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but
Weren't you like all upset with me when I skipped all of the Luffy kid flashbacks?
Yeah,
don't bring that up
You
again.
get that?
yeah. I don't. He skipped it
What?
because apparently flashbacks are a bad thing.
I was just bored with them. Like, I
You
watched-
you wait, did you watch did you watch the one with the brothers with Ace?
Yeah, the original. I watched the first like section of the
Wait.
ones with Ace. I
That's
haven't
what it
seen
was
anything
about.
with. I haven't seen anything with Sabo yet. He hasn't shown up yet. He did either flashback or
You
present for me.
skipped all of that. That's what it was about.
That's because you
Flashback!
skipped it. You
That's why,
skipped.
that's why we all got to skip the Sabo and Ace
Sabo's
flashback.
in the flashback.
No, all the
Yeah,
ones I
you need-
skipped were just Ace and Luffy. There was no
No.
Sabo.
No.
Oh
in
my
there.
yes, because you skipped the part where Sabo shows up.
It's like I
You
was
need to
fast
watch
forwarding
the
through them. I
Sabo
never
one.
saw the character.
You know what? You was fast forwarding through it. He's in there.
Sabo's like the main focus of the flashback arc.
I thought there was gonna be like another flashback arc where they had Sabo.
No.
That's the arc. That is the flashback. Is Sabo.
Oh well. Oh well.
I mean,
We'll let this
yeah.
get vote to kick out.
And-
Aye.
Anyway, so moving off of One Piece.
Yo, like the
Um,
whole One Piece community is about to jump you. There's no making it out of this episode, bro.
Come for me.
If they find
Um,
this.
Yeah, if they find this. So after that, I also just, caught up on the Komi manga, which was about 35 chapters I read.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your thoughts on it. We can move on.
Yeah, it's
No, just move on. Just move on.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear
You
it.
don't like Kobe?
it's
Because he's a
lost
hater.
it's lost its luster.
Nah,
me
Nah,
Yeah,
because
but
it
because
way
doesn't
too
have
Ed
much.
move on. We're moving
it
on.
doesn't have 100 waifus. I'm sorry. It's wholesome.
I'm sorry that it's a sweet and wholesome romance between two people who love each other.
That's the
How
problem.
dare
It
they?
is when it's actually just Komi and Tano doing their romancing. It's nice, but then they throw in all this other shit that I don't care about.
You don't care because you weren't there. That's all I'm saying.
I was there. I read all the chapters.
No, okay, listen. As the Comey fan, I will be the first to admit there are way too many fucking chapters for that series. That shit
Yes.
is not. That
They
shit
drag.
is Bleach.
When we
That
went
is
to
like half the
another
length
sports
of
festival, I think this is
Bleach.
our third sports festival in this series. I just skimmed right through that.
It's like, okay, listen. I love this series, but it's like we do not need a third sports festival. I'm
Yeah.
ready for it to end.
Like when the festival mini arc was really nice. That was awesome. And now there was like a whole chapter dedicated to that Goo Goo Gaga guy, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, I'm waiting until the series is done, and then I'll catch up again.
Yeah,
'Cause-
that's why I thought it's like, okay, 30 chapters, I'll get a good chunk out of this. I got maybe two or three good chapters out of that.
But the good chapters, that's why you stick around,
Yeah,
man.
when it's good, it's good. When Komi is good, it's real good. But the problem is it's rare.
enough,
And then one other thing I read through. It took me most of all of last week because I read through the whole thing and it's like 65 chapters. It's called Collapse and Rewind. Don't look it up, it's porn.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, cool. So this is just your thing now. Oh, I
This
think
is your
this series
identity.
better than Comey.
So it's basically the
He was
equivalent
silent.
of
Oh, God.
I watch porn for the plot because there was actual plot. And I was so intrigued with it.
We're not putting this
And-
on the thumbnail before you even ask. Don't want to
No,
put that
oh
up.
yeah, I can't. There's no good image. It's like
Oh,
such a
you
weird
looked.
He looked for an image.
Oh, what, you posted
Exactly.
it? Oh, no, it's just bench talking. Never mind. But yeah, the whole series is literally about this guy who wants to become a streamer. Literally, it's not even like a gaming streamer. It's one of those like let's talk streamers where he just chills on webcam and just drinks beer and talks to the audience.
Just chatting.
Yeah, just a just chatting streamer. And he's not really popular because obviously he's just a guy. Why are you posting links to it?
With this out live.
Oh, this is a manhwa. This is one of those hentai manhwas.
Yeah.
Oh, this.
But
I've
he
seen
gets
them.
Oh, it's totally
I
finished.
haven't read any of them, but I've seen them.
it's actually really nice art too.
Yeah, manhwa is incredible.
And then I don't know, I forget how it started, but he goes to a real estate agency to get a bigger place because one of his watchers on his stream said you should have a place so you can film more content. And he's like, you know what, I should, even though he has like no following. This guy's a grade A dumbass, by the way. And in the process of being shown a torn down place because that's the only thing he could afford, it ends up collapsing on him and the real estate agent. And the real estate agent loses her job because of destroying the building, and she decides to show up at his door and be like, "You owe me for making me lose my job, so you're gonna house me until I can find a new place." And that's how this whole series starts. And it becomes just this whole love triangle situation between him, the real estate agent lady, and another woman that visits him at his work. And I don't know, I kind of liked. It's not like the most groundbreaking writing or anything, but it was entertaining enough. And I stuck through it for 65 chapters. It's just to see how does this actually end.
Because like you gotta know.
Yeah,
It's
I
always
just gotta know.
So
it's like you
Plus,
get,
the
like,
real estate
halfway
agent lady
through-
is really cute.
halfway through, you're like, well, I'm in it for the long run.
That's basically what happened. Oh yeah, there she is. that's how the fucking the place the building collapse was. The audience on Twitch or whatever the streaming service was said, "Show us your boobs," and she punches him or kicks him into the wall, and the whole building collapses.
The whole building, fucking
Yeah.
Saitama.
Pretty much. Granted, it was like a rundown shack of a building. And
Wow. Well.
but I don't know, probably also
Would you recommend it?
If you're able to look past the actual sex scenes, yes.
You're able to look past the porn.
Yeah, if you're able to look past
It
the
is
porn,
literally just
like if it doesn't phase you, like people having sex, then yeah, I'd say totally. But if you're bothered by that stuff, then no, because they're having sex like every 3 or 4 chapters.
it's like it being so horny to where it's like I'm gonna invest my day into jacking off to the 65 chapter manhwa. God bless.
It's a multi-stage process.
But
Got the
my
candlelit
other
room,
favorite
setting
thing,
it up.
my other favorite thing about this series was whenever they show like the live stream chat room, it is like so on point. You could tell this author spends a lot of time in chat rooms because it's like identical to what you see. Whereas you would see like in other like regular anime or just regular TV shows or whatever, that's exaggerated or not as realistic as it is. No, this is spot on of like how these people write, how these people think. It was so funny to me whenever I got to see the chat. God damn it.
Navi posted a meme in chat when you skin off, but the plot is really good. It's fucking 2011 ass meme. Got a good laugh out of me. God damn it.
But yeah, so that's what I read through. Like it took me about 4 days to read it. And I enjoyed it.
Didn't you get to like the halfway point of Death Note and you're like, well, this isn't as good anymore?
Basically what happened was I got to this another point of Death Note, minor spoilers for Death Note. I got to the point where what's his name?
L.
No, not the demon.
Ryuk?
Ryuk, yeah, he's gone. Like he's left Light and all that.
Okay. You're not at the point. Never mind.
No, and so now they're just kind of meandering about. Like we got to go find Kira. Can't talk. It's like we still got to find Kira, but we don't know how he's doing this and all that. And just like they're just weirdly meandering around, not doing anything plot wise. Because now
you're in the company arc.
Yeah.
Yotsuba.
Yeah, they moved into the building and all that. So I've gotten that part, and I've just like it's lost its luster. I enjoyed Light being this asshole.
I think watch it for a little bit longer.
I intend to now. I think I just got
I-
distracted by this manhwa, so I'm gonna try to get back to it.
Okay.
Because yeah, like I got distracted by that, then I got into One Piece, and now I'm like, okay, I kind of settled off both now. And I'll get back into Death Note.
Bro, you get distracted. I'm like, if I'm starting a series, I'm dedicated. It's like this is what I'm watching.
Man, the memes are on high alert right now.
Yeah,
in our chat.
Yeah, really. The audience can't see the memes, guys. Let's not just laugh to
All
ourselves.
you're doing is just making us just make it awkward.
Fucking Dark just posted if you could get past the porn with a fucking giga chat.
How about you? What are you watching, reading?
I have, as I alluded to, I have only been watching Hunter x Hunter, and I finished it. I literally just finished it like right before we started the podcast.
Yay.
That's why
you were late.
That's why I was.
That's why he was late.
I had 3 episodes left, so I'm like, I might as well like finish it before the podcast. So if you want to know how much I love this series, I started like last 2 weeks ago. I was at like the middle of Greed Island, and now I finished it. That is almost around 100
That's like
episodes of
over half.
anime.
Yeah, that's over half
That's
of it.
yeah. So I watched the finished Greed Island, which was a super fun arc. I absolutely loved it. Oh, Navi, why do people dislike Greed Island? Is it
It's
shown
good.
in the?
Because it's stuck between the two best arcs.
Yeah, that's
But
fair enough.
Greed Island's so good. One of the best
It's
arcs.
Um,
fun.
My favorite arc is Chimera Ant, though. That's just like, it's the popular opinion to say Chimera Ant is the best arc, but like to me, it's just like this perfect character study of like both Gon, Killua. Every single character has so much more depth than I'd say most shonen protagonists, and to the point where like every character is given the ample screen time. Even just this goofy little octopus that I thought I was gonna dislike turned out to be one of the biggest badasses in anime. All culminating in this fight that I genuinely, one of the best anime fights of all time, in my top 5, Netero versus Miriam. Miriam? Is that how you pronounce it, Navi?
Yeah, Miriam.
Merameme.
Mir-
I don't know.
I think it's Miriam. Well,
Miriam.
Netero versus the King. That is like genuinely a 10 out of 10 fight, especially the ending of Netero basically showing it's like you do not know the depth of human despair, and just
Checkmate from the start.
the first time the king ever felt fear. It always says a lot about like Togashi obviously had a lot to say about war, politics, like human nature,
Yeah.
what's right and what's wrong. There's a lot to delve into just from the themes of that arc, but like obviously the big thing is just the ending of that scene between Miriam and
Oh
like
my god, I cried.
it's an emotional scene. It was one of those moments that like it's the perfect way to cap off that arc and showcase like the humanity that king learns, finally embracing the human side of him rather than the ant. There's just so much I could say about the arc. It's one of those arcs. I'm surprised by the people who say it's too slow. I think every part of that arc is needed for the climax, for that finale, in the actual invasion of the palace. One thing that always gets me when going into the arc, watching it, I absolutely hated Neferpito. I was like, I need this motherfucker dead because of what he did to Kite.
And
And
you felt
the
bad for
whole
him in the end.
yeah, exactly. It's just like you just have this pure hatred, and then by the end, you show that Neferpito also gained humanity, and you can't have that same level of hatred. But damn, what happens to him is like God bless you, Neferpito, because that was one of the most insane scenes in and of itself. Chimera, like it's easily one of my all-time favorite anime arcs, and just in general, going into it, like the finale, which was the chairman election arc, another phenomenal arc. Despite, I would say it's still on the lower end, but like the lower end of Hunter x Hunter arcs to me is like still like better than most anime for me. I finished this. I finished the show and I was just like, yeah, this is one of my favorite animes of all time. The ending did do that thing though, where I was just like, what the fuck was Karapika doing? And I'm just, it literally felt like an
Next arc,
advertisement to the manga. I know.
but that
That ending.
in the manga, your favorite character gets to fight someone very powerful.
Who's my favorite character?
Hisaka.
I don't know if Hisoka is my favorite character anymore.
You
He's in
said
the
he
top
was your
10.
favorite.
Yeah. Well, because that was before I watched Chimera Ant. I don't know who my
Yeah.
favorite character is. All of them are my
Would you
favorite
say
characters.
it's in your top 5 of all time?
Top 10. It's like number 6, like right before Vinland Saga. I don't think it crossed that barrier, but like, yeah, no, I absolutely. This is just one of those shows that. This is a show where like I finished it, and I was like, oh man, kind of want to rewatch some of my favorite moments already. Then I was like, ah, fuck, I got a podcast to watch or post. But no, it's like I am at that point now after finishing it where I'm like, oh, the ending is so good. Guess I'll start up the manga now. And now I'm just like ready, like setting up, like getting ready to start reading the manga, and then joining the pain of all the other Hunter x Hunter manga readers of hiatuses. So that's fun. But yeah,
They released a video game.
yeah, I'm checking that out for sure. I mean, just the idea of playing as Leorio, that type is in and of itself. I will say the chairman election arc, I was like, it is a bit lower for me, but like I still had a really fun time with it. it is like just a really great moment of seeing like Jean, like that finally seeing Gon and Jean reunite. It is a very powerful moment, but it was like that that scene at the very end where Jean's like, yeah, and then there's this place called the Dark Continent. It's like, oh my god, you're introducing an entire fucking continent. We're trying to end the series, Togashi. What are you doing? But even despite that, like, God bless this show. It's one of my all-time favorites.
I will say it's probably is because you look up Chimera Ant arc and it's like a bunch of articles saying, "Is this the best arc in any shonen?"
I would say it's in the top 5.
Shonen? Yeah,
No,
in shonen, I would say
In
one of
shonen,
the top 5.
specifically.
Yeah.
I would
I'm
say it's like
purposely not airing grievances so you can gush about it.
yeah, okay. But no, in general, like it's one of those shows that I recommend everyone to watch it. It's a
I
totally
feel like I
fun
do
time.
need to watch
Or-
this show at some point.
It's a must
It's
watch for anime fans for sure.
yeah, I mean like it's also like on the shorter side compared to the long running shonens. It's about
170
148.
episodes. Oh yeah, 148. I got it confused.
Yeah, so it's like 148 episodes and all. There's not really that many slow points, at least for me, except like Heaven's Arena. Like most of that arc was kind of just like a training arc up until like the Hisoka fight.
I like
But
that one
Yeah.
a lot.
But I mean, Hunter Exams is like a really good starting arc. Like I think that's just if you can enjoy Hunter Exams, I think you'll enjoy the rest of the show. And even then, like I think it's better than most starting arcs in animes. But yeah, that's that's literally all I've been watching. I watched a singular episode of Dangers in My Heart too. I love that show, but not much
Oh,
else
yeah.
to say there.
I guess
Uh,
do I start on my long list of many things?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Next time.
We already talked about the 3 Ghibli movies I watched, so I'll kind of skip over those. But I don't know if I mentioned starting Gintama before, but I started, or I was.
Best anime ever made, baby.
But yeah, Gintama has just. I honestly haven't watched it in a month because I finished the first, like I guess, serious arc that's not more comedically focused, Benny Kazura arc, which is fantastic
Sakura.
arc. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
fantastic
that's one of my all-time
arc.
favorites.
Like I watched the anime movie version, and I literally just watched the entire like base anime version. It's just like it sets up for things to come. It's like it has a great story and great like character depth, but it's also just feels like setup for so much more, and it just gets me excited to like continue to watch the series. Like the Odd Jobs gang has to be in like my top 3 just like casts of all time for anime. Just like there's never a dull moment with them. There's always something cheerful, like warm-hearted. I don't know, you just can't go wrong with any of them. So
If you're saying that now, then like goddamn, you're gonna be like Gintama. The best part about that show, it only gets better from there. It never really lets up steam.
and then I took a break from Gintama. I haven't watched it in about a month because I've been watching Vinland Saga, and I am on just finished episode 9 of season 2. So I'll kind of talk over season 1 first. Season 1 is easily like one of like the most in-depth character writing, antagonist, just like story it's telling in an anime, and it's just the prologue. Like I don't know how you can sell something that hard because it's just
That
like
was that was an insane moment. You literally finish it and it just says prologue finished. It's like what the fuck? That was all just prologue.
It's amazing.
yeah, I mean like Ashalad has to be like probably my favorite anime antagonist. And even at the end, like he's an antagonist, but like he's the protagonist's second dad. Like come on. Like and even towards the end, man, I don't Dark, can you mute yourself? I'm not gonna talk in-depth spoilers, but if you don't want to know.
He's not even listening to us. Dark.
So like
He's reading that manhwa.
So,
He started reading
pretty
it.
much yeah.
Reading plot right now, right? You guys do your thing.
So like at the end, like Ashalot's whole thing is he hates the Danes, like he hates everyone, but even at the end you can tell that he's telling himself that. But he doesn't like the fact that he doesn't. He thinks of Thorfinn as somewhat of a son, especially with those final moments. It's just like, and the impact that had on Thorfinn going into the second season is immense, and that's just starting to show it in the middle part, in like episode 8 and 9, which really start to elevate Thorfinn's character. Because that'd make the
Yeah.
argument that until now, Thorfinn didn't really feel like a main character.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Is that pretty much when I always talk to Vinland Saga, like people who start Vinland Saga, and they finish season one, are like, yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I don't like Thorfinn. I don't know why people say he's like one of the best protagonists. And it's always like I always tell them, it's like watch season two. That's why. Like see, and it's required. Like season one is required reading to understand why Thorfinn is such an incredible protagonist.
I'm just not to discredit season one, because season one is absolutely
Oh,
magnificent.
of course not.
Like you have Canute and his like upbringing and like looking at from the beginning to where he is, like that's insane. Like talk about character development. Ashlod and his ending, like his entire build up through the entire first season, and his death having a massive impact on just the entire world of Vinland Saga. Just like incredible. And I just
And
because
the
the
tone
deeper
shift is what gets me. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, like the deeper meaning, like with Ashalod, like he's keeps swearing off these people, but you can tell that he doesn't mean it. At least that's the impression I got. I don't know about y'all. So
I mean, like I understand that viewpoint. I think I almost slightly disagree. Oh, I feel like in a lot of ways he does have that hatred for the Danes or those people,
more like
but
Bjorn and Thorfinn, I'm trying to kind of
I
center
get
that
yeah
around.
no I get what you mean. No,
Like
like he
he was
says
visible,
he hates his crew because of the people they are. He wants more in life than that.
and then he like whenever he missed like Bjorn's vitals, he was visibly upset. So, and seeing his like, he never really grasped what Thor's was meaning by being a true warrior, but it always interested him, and it was always in the back of his mind. And he said those right words to Thorfinn to start giving him that nudge. And at the end of episode 9 of season 2, Thorfinn finally remembers what he forgot, and like his dad's like wish to him whenever he died, become a true warrior, and he swore off violence. Like, bro, that's like going from and he's like, while not forgetting the sins, while not like throwing away the people he's killed and forgetting about that, because the crimes he's committed are immense. But it also like brings it back, like I'm very interested on what's going on in the outer world as well, because like Torkel, like come on, he's the best. I love Torkel or Thorkel or whatever, but
Torgal, I think you're thinking of.
not Torgil, like not the plantation owner's son. I'm talking about the dude that's like massively strong.
Yeah, Torgal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude is the goat. Whenever he's on screen, it's always a good time. So, been watching Vinland Saga, and then I watched. Hmm? So I'm excited to watch more of that because I mean, hopefully a season 3 announcement comes soon. You can only hope.
It was teased, I think. I might be wrong.
Because I think the manga's on its final arc. I think.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those things with Vinland Saga season 2, though. I just appreciate that they were able to do such a major tonal shift and have it
Yeah.
work out so easily.
Yeah.
It,
It
it felt
made
right.
it made Vinland Saga from a great anime to a masterpiece for me. It created
Agreed.
such an atmosphere with the characters that I never thought anime could do.
And also, I'm very interested in where Einar, I think, is his name's character is going, because I'm kind of seeing hints of him, of past Thorfinn in him. So I'm
Einar
interested.
is Einar is a lot more interesting than people like to give him credit.
Like him not under, because he finally gave in to violence in this recent episode, and then Thorfinn swore off violence like right after that happened, and he kind of like was not understanding that. So, and then I've been watching. I finished Zom 100. The last 3 episodes is
Oh,
pretty
I
much
forgot about that.
a full arc. I mean, it's obviously a must watch. Navi, you gotta binge this anime because it's
Yeah,
the
we
perfect
forgot to
binge.
talk about that last time.
Yeah, it's the perfect binge. Like, it's a great time for sure.
I'm gonna say I was pretty disappointed by that final 3 episodes.
Oh, I was not. I was not. So, I enjoyed
Great
those.
discussion, guys.
I mean,
I was like, I could
those-
go on, but I don't think Bench wants me to.
Well, I mean, we haven't watched the whole. Y'all haven't watched it, so.
Yeah, I haven't.
And then I
Watched some
watched
stuff, so.
the 103 Mercies Dragon Domination Oda's Monster first manga.
Just call it Monster.
Well, we talked about monster earlier. We talked about a different monster earlier, so I was kind of trying to.
Well, it's monsters plural, right?
Like they're close. So I watched the Oda one-shot anime adaptation. I mean, that was just really good. I
Is
mean,
it just
makes
one
sense.
episode?
Yep, it's 25 minutes.
Oh,
It
sick.
was just a one shot.
Yeah, I might have to check
Yeah.
that out.
I thought it was a movie.
Nope, just
Oh
25
no, I was
minutes.
assuming it's gonna be a series.
No,
Well, I
they
knew it was a
they
one
also
shot.
they also posted the one-shot on Viz, so I gave that a read as well.
The one shot's pretty cool, given how it ties into One Piece. That's about it.
Yeah, and then I've been
Bro, do you like
watching.
anything?
No, he doesn't.
I'm starting to think this is like the case. I mean, my man is just so negative. You know, we need a negative person on the
I
podcast.
just said
Shout
it
out to
was good. What the fuck?
If it's not Fate, it's mid.
Bro,
It's
I
actually
agree.
true, but like Stardew Valley. Fucking Sailor Moon is like enough.
And then I watched.
You got
If
never mind.
if it doesn't have waifus, it's mid.
True.
And then I've watched.
Yeah, you're right.
Finally watched the Love Is War 4-episode movie thing. And I mean, that was just really good. And I do think it definitely like. I won't go into it, but I mean, I'm glad that it like stuck around on some plot points that were kind of like, oh, she said yes to go studying overseas. It's not as simple as that kind of thing. I thought that was interesting.
Is it 4 episodes or a movie?
It's
It
a
said
movie.
4-episode movie.
It's a movie that they cut into. It's a movie that they cut into 4 episodes when they put it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, so that's
Why
what
not
it
just release the movie?
I don't know.
Like
The
being
Crunchyroll's
extra.
weird.
was. They did it. Yeah. So, and then I've been watching One Piece Egghead arc, which I mean, the recent episode's definitely a highlight. I mean, it's the joy of when they go to a new island, with like, you just have a smile on your face the whole time when they're discovering all the crazy things. And Egghead is very colorful, so that was fun to watch.
Hang
And
on,
then I've
real quick on Love Is War. Is it done?
The
the
manga's
manga's
done.
finished. Yes.
So the
The manga's
anime,
finished.
the anime is kind of in a weird spot where they can finish it right now. If they want to keep continuing, they can. I don't see why they wouldn't, but they can just leave it right here.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and I've been continuing to watch Free Ren. I mean, that's still very good. It's on it. It's now on this. Apparently, it's this arc's going to take out the entire second core, and I'm very interested because this is the first arc where they set up. There's a lot more characters involved, and it's a lot more connected. And it was definitely more of a slower start, but this last episode really started to pick up the pace, and you're starting to get to like the new characters because for the first time, Free Ren and Fern is separated, and Stark's just kind of absent because this is about him.
Spoilers.
I mean, nothing happens to him. It's just
I don't know who Stark is.
that's
Now
your
I know there's
fault.
a character called Stark.
He was introduced in episode 7, Wolf. We're on episode like 17.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bench. I have a life.
Yeah, it's like I am only on like episode. What was the last favorite? 9.
Wolf, you binged like
Oh my
100 episodes
God.
of Hunter x Hunter in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I'll do it again.
Yeah.
I was on
So
episode 3. Okay, listen, I'll get back to it.
I mean, you could probably wait. The impression I get for this arc is if you're not caught up, might as well just wait and then binge it all.
It
And
finishes in March.
yeah, so I mean, Navi, this is going to be an amazing binge for you. It's just
Yeah.
incredible. And then I think I'm the only one here that's 3 episodes into solo leveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
haven't
just-
started that.
I'll get
I
to it.
That's
This is
gonna be one of those
definitely-
shows where I'm gonna wait till it's all done and binge it.
Yeah, this is definitely. I think you'll have a higher opinion of it if you binge it. Because I've read the manhwa twice, so like I'm just going in for the adaptation's sake. But it definitely does have a slow start. In episode 3, things pick up, and it'll continue to pick up from here. But those first 2 episodes ends on like a bang. In the end of the second episode, it definitely is like setting up the world. Because solo leveling is, I mean, it's a what's the genre called? Like
A
power
power-
fantasy.
Oh
fantasy.
yeah,
Power
fantasy.
fantasy.
So I mean, but it also has like the main character is well written and it has really good world building. So it's kind of setting everything up.
Isn't
That's
it
pretty
mostly action? That's what I've heard.
Mostly action, but also the world building in the world is very good. It's like top notch compared to a lot of other things, and I think that's like worth the ticket of admission alone. And I also like the main character is just interesting in the way he handles stuff.
Well,
all I've
that's actually I do want to check out that show. Real quick, before we end off the episode, you guys see the Crunchyroll Anime Awards?
Yeah, that's what I actually wanted to go to next.
I think
I-
I'm gonna check into it.
I gotta say, I really hate how they include fall 2022 anime. The way they do the because of the way that like it's counted. I never liked that.
Yeah, because Chainsaw Man's gonna win all this stuff when it just shouldn't.
I mean, it's not even about
Chainsaw
Chainsaw Man.
Man's not even that good.
It's yeah. So,
Season
like,
one was mid.
Yeah, it was very mid.
Okay,
honestly,
so
I don't know if it was just me, but the high production values of the show, just like I don't know, it's not it looked too good that it made it a negative thing.
what?
At
What?
least to me.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really care for the show either, but that's just the
You
funniest
lost
complaint.
me there.
That sentence
It
is
got, it
fake.
got
Ah,
too artistic.
This looks too good.
Too
Yeah,
high
like,
quality.
Is it supposed? Are you saying that like it went for a more cinematic feel and
Yeah,
it didn't
that I did not
work?
enjoy. I felt like, I mean, they got rid of this director, so obviously something didn't like. 'Cause but
I mean, you look at all Japan; they were super. It's funny because you look at the Japan response; they were really negative, but you look at the West, people are really
Yeah, so
positive.
in
So like,
defense of
season 2
Chainsaw
will be
Man,
better. My favorite arc is
Or
season 2.
the way that Chainsaw
it's a
Man
movie.
works is that
It's a build up.
yeah, things slowly get teased and
exactly.
set up, and then
Yeah,
at
it's
the
a build-up.
very end, it
It
all
hits the
drops
payoff.
at once. And so that's
I
why it's so
think
good in a
I
works.
think
But
they should
in
have
an
done
anime setting,
24 episodes.
yeah, in an anime setting, it won't work that well because of
I'm
how it
glad
is.
I'm glad that
They
they're doing a movie for this next arc, because then after that, it's just going to be my favorite arc. I think's right after that.
Listen, it's here's the thing.
Isn't
Here's
the
the
arc
thing. I
after the
watched.
Santa arc?
Santa arc, yeah, that's my favorite arc, the
I,
assassination arc.
here's the thing. I watched the anime and I was like, I didn't like this. And then I kept being told by these Chainsaw Man freaks, oh, read the manga. That it's so much better. The manga's incredible. And then I read the manga and I'm like, I still fucking hate this. I'm like, I
up?
How far
just
in the
don't
manga
like.
did you get?
I don't remember. I think I got
If,
a little past what season 1 was doing, and I was just like, I just don't like his writing. I think his writing kind of
if,
sucks. It's just not a
He
really
has
interesting writer.
if it
he
was
has
anything,
good writing. It's just he takes weights, and the same thing is happening with the next part. Because doing it in parts. Chainsaw Man Part 2 is having the same issue. Where at the very beginning, like, what the fuck is going on? But he's just slowly building it up, and then there's gonna be one point where it all just
What?
drops.
I mean, I'm kind of not
Here's the thing.
enjoying part 2 right now. I don't know if that's
I'll,
just me.
listen, I'll be honest. I keep getting that as like, oh well, because it's a slow build-up. It's like, okay, some of my favorite shows are slow build-ups. I just don't like this. This is not a good
Yeah,
build-up.
I
I
can
don't know.
see where you're coming from. It's
Yeah,
definitely,
that's fair.
if you stick with it, you'll definitely get the payoff. But I mean,
I'm-
I don't blame you for dropping off of it.
Uh,
I'll just
Yeah,
watch.
because like that's the thing. I always get this thing about like, oh well, yeah, people like some of my favorite shows, like One Piece, for example. That's a good example where it's like, oh, it doesn't get good around until Arlong Park. And I watched it. It's like I liked it at episode 1, and like I say that about every show. I liked it Bleach at episode 1. I like Hunter x Hunter episode 1. I like Yu Yu Hakusho episode 1. I like it from the beginning. So with Chainsaw Man, I'm just not willing to like get to where it gets good because I don't even like it at the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
I
think you're
think-
supposed to like Chainsaw Man at the beginning. To be honest, he is written so
no,
bad.
you do not get to say that, Dark. No,
I
that's
mean,
such
like
a
then
oh.
you really have Gintama, where people say, oh, it doesn't get good until like 60 episodes in, whenever like the first
Yeah,
series.
I liked
starts
it at the
up.
beginning.
I liked it at the beginning. Like, dude,
Yeah.
it's like in my top 10 of all time right now, and I'm like 60 episodes in, so I know I'm in for a
Exactly.
ride.
But that
It's
being
just like
said,
I'm not like if your buildup is bad, I'm not gonna stick around. That's just
So-
all I'm gonna say.
the writing, like critiques aside, with that in mind, I don't think it's the anime's fault. It's bad. I think it's just the
No,
writing.
because it's just following the slow
Yeah.
burn of the
Yeah.
manga.
Yeah.
I don't know why the people were so upset at the anime. Like they did a good job of it, in my opinion.
I think they needed to add 24 episodes. Plus, the writing feels like it's from 2000s. He's doing everything to touch boobs, and that feels
so
very early
stupid.
2000.
It's such a
I will
dumb
say,
fucking.
In
Ugh.
part 2, he's grown.
I don't know. Every time I see images of part 2, I see Chainsaw Man fans on Twitter going like, "Yo, did you see this?" And it's just like a girl saying, "I want to fuck you, Denji." It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of part 2. I'm a part 2 hater, and I'm caught up.
That's
Not
just slow.
JoJo part 2 though.
Okay, JoJo Part 2 is like one
That's
of the
my
best
favorite.
parts.
It's my favorite part. Yeah.
Okay,
Great
but can we
point.
talk about how many nominations Bocchi the Rock got? That is awesome.
Deserved, by the way. I want to point that out.
I voted for them in all the categories that Bocchi was in.
Yeah, it was kind of a funny thing looking at the anime awards. I literally just voted for Vinland Saga and Bocchi, and I not much difference either in any of the others. I mean, do you guys? I I don't really put credence into these awards because the problem, like all award shows, let's be real, it's such a popularity contest. But I think with the anime awards, it bothers me more because, like, for the longest time, it was always Attack on Titan winning every single year, and that's nothing against Attack on Titan. Like, oh, it doesn't deserve it, but it's a weird thing where, like, the show's
popularity.
won so many times. It's like, can we let something else have a chance? It feels weird to
You
like nominate the same show so many times.
you
To
wanted
be fair,
Baldur's Gate 3, is what you're saying.
True. Yes.
to be fair, Attack on Titan is now finished, but you won't have to worry about it no more.
Yeah, we're free.
No, it's gonna win everything at this last awards, and it's gonna be annoying because there's so many
No,
other options.
it wasn't nominated for Anime of the Year.
I know, but it was
Just
nominated for a
surprising.
ton of other stuff.
It's
Aaron, I
not
think
gonna
Aaron
matter
was
then.
nominated for best protagonist and antagonist again.
There's no shot. I don't think there
That
was a best
happened-
There
that
is no
happened-
best.
category.
There is no best antagonist.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's gonna win best drama.
Vinland
Actually,
Saga,
no.
baby. Come on,
Vinland
we gotta get it.
Best
but
drama was Oshinoko, Attack on Titan, Heavenly Delusion, My Happy Marriage, 2 Year Eternity Season 2, and Vinland Saga Season 2.
For Your Eternity, I
Oshinoko?
wish
Let's get
For
Vinland
Your
Saga.
Eternity will win.
Attack on Titan's probably gonna win it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wish
I
For
mean,
Your Eternity will win though.
Especially
what-
with
so
what happened at the end of Attack on Titan, it's probably gonna win.
so with Anime
Dark.
of the Year, what are those nominees?
Dark,
What?
this isn't one second. Dark, this isn't Attack on Titan season 4, whatever, final season part 3, part 2. This is part 1, the one that aired like a year ago.
Oh,
What?
Because of the
that
way
doesn't
they do
make
things.
sense.
The
Doesn't-
last part came out in a part that's eligible next year.
But that doesn't
Oh,
matter.
we got one more
Wait.
year, baby.
How
Yeah.
is there an extra year? Wait,
Yeah,
what the
because
fuck?
when you're looking at best continuing series, it's Attack on Titan, the final season, the final chapter, special 1.
That's crazy.
This is the worst naming scheme. Holy shit.
Yo, who did he like buy off at Crunchyroll to win these
No,
awards?
Crunchyroll does it fall to fall. Or
It-
what?
Because it's a
it's-
popularity contest, especially because you're able to vote every day. So of course, all the fervent fans are gonna vote for their favorite shows every day.
Wait, I
Like-
could vote every day. Moon, let's go vote for Bochi again.
I'm gonna go vote for Mochi every day.
Yeah, I mean, like, it sucks because you see shows that actually do distinct things that you want to support them, but like it's a popularity contest, you know, that's just all award shows. I mean, it's not a surprise. We're not shocked, but it always feels weird. Attack on
Well,
Titan
anything
wins
that allows
2022
fans
one,
voting will always
2021.
be a popularity contest.
Also, you
100%.
also have Wolf. I know you don't like Dice, but you don't have like an anime award show voted on by like
Anime creators.
yes, they're all. It's
Yeah,
all
'cause, like-
popularity content. You don't have. That makes it all seem like they're all samey and stuff. So
In Japan, I don't. I just don't think they care as much to
Yeah.
celebrate the creators, which sucks. I wish that was the case. You just don't really see that many awards, at least like not to the spectacle that they deserve, which is really unfortunate. I wish they got the spectacle. Moon, can you pull up the Anime of the Year nominees?
Yeah, I've got them all right here. So wait, which category do you want me to start on?
Just Anime of the Year. We don't have to go through every category.
Okay, so yeah, so anime of the year is Oshinoko, Bocchi the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Swordsmith Village Arc, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, and Vinland Saga Season
So-
2.
It's gonna be.
So-
That's how you know it's a popularity contest because Demon Slayer Swords. I heard nobody talking about that arc.
I watched
It's-
it.
It's gonna
just-
be Jujutsu Kaisen.
because it was it was last year.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
mean,
yeah,
it's a middling arc, even in like
But-
the manga.
but the one who's gonna win here isn't gonna be Vinland Saga as I want. It's gonna be Jujutsu
It's
Kaisen.
gonna be Jujutsu Kaisen.
It's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
Jujutsu
Jujutsu
Kaisen.
Kaisen.
This is
To
the
be
most
fair-
popular.
No, to be fair, it's deserved this time.
But this
You
isn't
didn't watch Vinland
Shibuya,
Saga?
Dark.
You
This
didn't watch
isn't
You didn't
Bocchi
watch
the
Shibuya.
Rock.
This is
No,
the
no.
hidden.
Yeah, it's the
Moon
flashback
with his Bochi the Rock. It's just
like,
like, oh, Bochi.
Vinland
That was
Saga is
good.
better than the flashback arc.
I didn't watch
It's
it,
easily, yeah.
so I can't talk about it.
Yeah, Dark, you bum, get off
Um,
your ass and watch Vinland Saga.
No, I'm going through all of Sailor Moon first. Fuck out of here.
Okay, you know what? I respect it.
So another interesting category, best original anime. So we got Akiba Maid War, Birdie Wing, Season 2, Buddy Daddies, Do It Yourself, Mobile Suit, Witch from Mercury, and The Marginal Search.
Yeah,
Never
Witch-
heard of that one.
Which from
That's
Mercury
cool.
is winning that,
As much as I love
but
Witch,
Sorry,
it's
go
Birdie. Let's go Birdie Wing.
I actually kind of want to go for
Yeah.
Birdie Wing. Granted,
No,
I
I
haven't
love
seen
it.
Season 2. I only watched Season 1.
Oh, season 2's a banger.
Oh, I
But
need to get to it.
I watched Buddy Daddies. That show is fucking awesome. I love
I
that
need to
show.
see Buddy.
And
I hear nothing
it,
but good things about it.
it's one of those shows. Here's my favorite thing about anime originals: they end.
They end.
There's a definitive ending, and goddamn, it made me cry. It's so sweet.
What's another category people want to look at?
Protagonist. I think Bochi was nominated there because this show is fire.
Okay, not protagonist, just called best main character, which is Denji, Chainsaw Man, Eren Yeager, Bochi,
Oh no.
Monkey D. Luffy, Mob, and Thorfinn.
What's Luffy doing there? One Piece has been going on since 1999. I mean, Luffy's like my favorite protagonist.
You
But like,
dropped
mean,
come on.
Aaron. I can already tell you what's gonna happen.
Luffy became a Yonko this year. It was a big year for him.
No,
Yeah, the big
I
wrap
mean,
up
listen,
with like Gear 5 and all that. I think that's why they put him in here.
There was a lot more.
fair, I guess, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like there should be like I was about to say there should be best continuing, but there
There
isn't
is.
a best continuing. Thorfinn, though, that's my choice. Despite Bochi being there, I want to support Bochi. That's the problem, Moon. I want to be with you. It's like support Bochi all the way, but I'm like, oh, well, Vinland Saga. Is
I get
also
it. Vinland
here,
is
so-
sweeping away. I know Bochi's a niche pit, but I'm just happy that it's here.
You guys are
Yeah,
forgetting.
exactly.
He name dropped Aaron from Attack on Titan.
Oh
Hey,
my
then
god,
what
we
happened?
know it's
No.
gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna matter because Aaron is.
What's up?
So, and another interesting category is best supporting character, which is Reagan from Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
Oh
How do you
my
pronounce
God,
this?
yeah.
Honge Zoe from Attack on Titan. Kana Arima from Oshinoko, Power from Chainsaw Man, and then 2 characters from Jujutsu Kaisen, Gojo and Geto.
That was
Oh,
Jujutsu
no.
Kaisen.
Gojo's gonna win that. Gojo
Yeah,
is the main character.
A lot of nah, man.
But Reagan should win.
Yeah,
Reagan
should
100%
win.
should win. No, I want Reagan to win. That's my thing. Reagan is like
His,
one of
like-
the best characters. Period.
Yeah, him half-assing the thing in season 2, kind of admitting it, but then season 3, amazing.
Season 3 was like the perfect ending to his character, and also
Perfect.
like it just feels so good with Mob Psycho season 3 because it's like, oh my god, it's done. It just finished, and it's just
done, and it's that good.
like
Gojo.
from beginning to end, no
Like
low
you-
points.
Like the brother, Riku something, he was great. Dimple, the goat.
Oh my god. You know, it was funny. I was thinking about like, after finishing Hunter x Hunter, I was like, oh, let me look at my top 10 anime, and I was like, oh god, I can't remove any of these off my top 10. It was just that rough thing, and
What
Mob
got
Psycho
booted?
was one of them. But Mob Psycho was one I was looking at. It's like maybe that has to get booted, but I don't know. I kind of plan on like around the halfway point of this year, just making a culminative. How do you say that word?
Cumulative, yeah.
Cumulative.
Yeah. Cumulative. Kind of like ranking of my top 25. Like actually, because I want to be able to watch enough anime to where I can make a top 25 and be happy with it. But no, I don't know. It's like supporting character. I mean, it's Gojo because everyone calls him the main character.
No,
Even
he
though I
is.
want it to be.
He is the
He
main
is a
character.
good character though. He's an amazing character.
No,
Gojo's
yeah, I
the
mean,
only person that can beat Attack on Titan. Did you see?
Gojo-
Like, I'm not gonna get into like super crazy spoilers about Jujutsu Kaisen. Recent events proved how the fans reacted to Gojo.
No, Gojo was like the one character. He was the one thing I enjoyed about JJK when I watched it. I was like, oh, I love this guy
Like
because
in
he's
the
just like
anime,
he's a likable character.
in the anime community, there's God, and then Gojo's like right underneath him. It's really God.
Moon, what are the other categories that look interesting?
Must protect at all costs character. I like that one.
Boji win.
Bochi, come on.
Yeah, Bochi's here. I voted for Bochi. There's also Anya Forager from Spy Family, Boji from Ranking of Kings, Miri from Buddy Daddies, Pochita from Chainsaw Man, and Suletta from Witcher Mercury.
Mirai is so fucking precious. I think I would vote for Bochi though. Boji is so close though. They're both like neck and neck. is-
Any other categories would be like best continuing, best film, best character design, best romance, best comedy, best slice of life.
Hang on, wasn't there soundtrack?
Opening sequence.
Oh yeah, best
opening
and
sequence,
ending.
opening sequence, and ending sequence.
Which
Yeah, I want to look
better
at
was.
this.
Best
Oh my-
opening is Idol from Oshinoko, Innocent Arrogance from Heavenly Delusion, Kickback from Chainsaw Man, Song of the Dead from Zom 100, WRK from Hell's Paradise, and Where Our Blue is from Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2.
Kickback is
It's
gonna
Kickback.
win, but okay,
It
did I
should
not?
be Kickback.
Was
I
I
will
the
say
only one who
Kickback
didn't
is really good though.
Oh, I think the song is good, but I think the actual opening is kind of not good.
It's
what
weird
song
because
did
it's
you
really
forget?
just a bunch of movie references all stitched together.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
As the resident movie hater, I actually kind of enjoyed it. But no, that song is so fucking good. Like,
Also,
come
as much as I hate Oshinoko, I love Idol, the song Idol.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
listened to it. Yeah, I
The
listened to it once.
Jujutsu
That was
Kaisen opening's
that
probably
did not
gonna
do it for me.
The Song of the Dead is also really good too. I actually play that one on my playlist.
Song of the Dead is great. What about
Then
endings? Because like endings, I feel like are like the weird
they're forgot about a lot. Yeah.
wild card. Yeah.
It's Akari from Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Color from Spy Family Season 1, Core 2, Happiness of the Dead from Zom 100. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, Chainsaw Man. Koi
Oh.
Kagari from Demon Slayer, and Mephisto from Oshinoko.
Navi. It's the third one from Chainsaw Man. Maximum the Hormone.
No, it says Hawatari Niku Senti,
Yeah,
200
I
million
remember.
centimeter. That one?
Million centimeter. That's what's it called? The Maximum the Hormone one.
Okay.
That's,
I remember they did like a different ending every episode.
Yeah, like I don't know
which
why
is
they felt
awesome.
the need to do that.
That's
Bro,
Definitely
cool.
probably so much budget.
That's
I mean,
cool.
yeah,
Bro,
or
I
you
understand not liking the
Why-
anime,
why
but
would
like
you
now
hate
you're like,
that?
No,
they
I
shouldn't.
think.
they
I mean,
shouldn't
we know.
make it.
We know Mappa has issues. So why don't we just not have a new ending for every episode of a 12-episode show?
No, I
I
mean,
don't know.
listen. At that point, then why animate this show? Really, I understand what you're saying from like the Mappa like studio thing, but like that's like getting into the weeds of things. But like as a watcher of the anime, I think it's cool that they did 12 endings, even
Yeah.
though realistically they shouldn't for the health of the employees. But like that's getting into like much bigger things.
As a consumer, I liked it.
Yeah.
And we don't really have to talk about it, but I just want to point out something pretty interesting. Is when it comes to best voice performance in English and just how different it is from all the other categories, because it's not like any of the other typical shows that got nominated. Like in the English category, you got Bleach, you got Hell's Paradise, you got Tomo-chan as a girl. Like, why are these shows here of all the English shows, and why not the English versions of like the other really popular shows? I just find that kind of interesting.
I think it's just because I don't know. I had an answer, just went away.
Like when you look at the Japanese voice performance, it's all like the same shows you think of: Attack on Titan, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, and all that. But then when you get to the English one, it's all like the other shows that like didn't get a bunch of other nominations.
I mean, looking at the Japanese performance, I'd say give it to Luffy's voice actor because she did really good stuff with Gear 5 and all that this year.
Shocker, the One Piece fan wants to give it to
Understand.
One Piece. One Piece
Well,
needs as much
Gojo's
support
also
as
great.
possible, guys. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's everything. I mean, like, is there any other categories
If
that
you
look
want to look at like a
interesting?
specific category, like romance, comedy, action, fantasy, best slice of life, best drama, something like that.
Action, I remember Action had Bleach. That was the one category it got nominated for, which I was like, oh,
Even
yeah, I
more.
guess like if it did
Yeah,
one thing right.
best action, Attack on Titan, Special One, Bleach, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece. All the shows you would expect to be in here.
Oh, let's go Bleach.
Best comedy, Bocchi the Rock, Buddy Daddies, Mashal, Spy Family. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, and Zom 100.
Mashal.
Bocchi.
Bocchi. Yeah, I have to give it to Bocchi. Yeah, no, I mean, like, we don't have to go through the rest of the categories.
Yeah.
We've got kind of the
Slice of
main
life isn't
gist
that
of
very
everything.
interesting of a category either.
Yeah, Bocchi wins. That's all that matters.
Yeah, as much as I love Horimiya, the second season's not as good, so I'll give it to Bocchi.
But yeah, I mean that's everything. I guess like last thoughts on the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. I don't tune in because I'm just like,
no, I don't.
It's a popularity contest. There's nothing really interesting. Rigged, yeah. It's a fan vote. I mean, it's not completely fan voted. I know there's actually a committee of voters. Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing with gaming. Is that not all the judges are going to watch every anime, and not all the gamers are going to be able to play every game. So it kind of just leads to whatever's the most popular.
But
which
I
is just
do
like how
think
the award shows go.
more so than gaming, most of the judges will watch the big handful of anime.
Yeah, yeah, no, I 100% agree. It definitely feels. I don't want to say rigged, but like just not as interesting
Selective,
to
like
watch.
too selective.
Selective. But yeah,
But
I think that's
just
everything.
kind of what happens.
I think that's everything we wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
More or
I
less.
got my
Okay.
say. I got my say out.
All right. And if you want to do the outro.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. We're off to a good start here with 2024, and gonna be seeing how the season should be wrapping up here. Because I think the next time we do an episode, a lot of the newer shows for the season should be wrapping up. We'll see how that goes.
Moon,
Even though we haven't, we haven't.
It'll be February.
Yeah, isn't a lot of the 12s? I know some shows I know
No.
are ending pretty soon.
No,
They get-
Solo Leveling just had its third episode.
To like episode.
Maybe I'm thinking of like December shows. Never mind. I don't know. Anyway, we got a long season of anime to get through, so hope you join us for all of that. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that other good stuff, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, boys.
Peace out.